I'm here with super crafter Alexandra Stapleton. And Alexandra, you have taken, you know, all the foiling techniques of Art Deco and just brought them into a really beautiful modern way.
Yes, it's my favorite technique of the moment. I've been having so much fun with it because you can foil a complete design or you can take your stamping to the next level. And that's what we're going to do today. So I took this really kind of classic Christmas card that I made, and then I added some foil details to it.
It's so beautiful.
Thank you. So I'm going to show you how to do this. So first of all, we're going to stamp out our image, and I'm going to be using a stamp press because it makes your stamping so much easier, because you can stamp multiples or you can just...
Well, especially with Christmas cards, like that's what you want to do, right? You're doing production, you're probably making 30, 40, 50. If you have a lot of friends, maybe even more than that. But so people who haven't used a stamp platform or a stamp press before, essentially, can you explain exactly what it does?
Yeah, so you can use your clear photopolymer stamps or a red rubber stamp, so whatever you like to use, and you adhere it to this top piece of the platform.
Because I noticed you lined it up with the paper, and then basically the platform picked it up.
Exactly. So it has, if you have a cling mount or your silicone stamps, and then you can ink up your stamp, as I'm doing now. I actually use a sticky sheet inside of mine because it keeps that paper and it doesn't move in any way. You can use magnets in them too, but I just find this is much, much easier. And then I can press down.
You know, the other thing is my hands are always covered with ink after I stamp. So this is a way to keep your hands clean, and a beautiful image too.
But here where I've missed a little bit, I can just go back in with my ink pad, re-ink that area of the stamp.
It's going to be in the same place?
It's going to be in exactly the same place.
Because the paper is stuck and because the stamp is stuck.
Exactly.
That is so cool.
So it takes all of the guesswork out stamping, and you can stamp as many. I could stamp 10 and they're all going to be in exactly the same place.
Cool.
So that's all there is to it. Super, super simple. So we're now going to put this onto our electronic cutting machine mat, and you can put it anywhere on the mat that you would like to pop it.
And now you could do more than one image at a time, right?
Yes.
Like you could fill the mat with images.
Absolutely. And you know, you can stamp as many of these as you want. You could stamp them in multiple colors. You don't have to do it in black. You can do it however you would like.
I really like anything that's custom.
Oh, I know. And I love the fact that I can change the colors. I mean, I have 2 colors of glitter there. The foil
Only 2 colors of glitter?
Well, you can see on the samples here, I picked out so many different colors of foil, and you really can, you know, customize. I've got pink and gold, and it's not just cardstock.
I was going to say, you can match your foil to your hair color or whatever
there you
you want. But you know, that is the nice thing I always think about. Why, when people say like, why do you take the time to make a card? Why do you take the time to do that instead of just buying it? And I think the answer has to be because I can customize it to the recipient, and because it's an indication of how much I care, because I put the time in to do it.
Yeah, and a big thing for us is things like mum. So in England, we spell mum M-U-M.
Yeah.
So it's nice to be able to, the fact that I can make cards, and my daughters make cards for us that say M-U-M, and you write it M-O-M.
Yes.
I mean, it's just so nice. You can do those customizations.
I agree. I mean, if you want to do something in a different language, or like sorority letters, or anything that's a little bit, you know, not the thing you find in every gift shop, it's nice to be able to do it custom.
Exactly.
So what are you doing now?
So I've just selected, we're doing the foiling. The foiling is actually just a pen, so it goes in a little special holder.
So this is the glue pen, right, that sets up the idea that you can then add foil to it after.
Exactly. So you just pop it in there, and
go ahead and do it.
Work its magic.
Yeah. So you're just gonna flick the scanner lever.
Thank you, Julie.
There you go. You know, I always think the thing I like is when the machine is smart enough to not let me do anything.
Exactly. It saves me.
So let's talk about some of the other projects that you brought with you, because I was surprised actually to see, obviously dark paper is a nice way to use foiling. We always see things that are shiny. I mean, certainly at night with like a candle, that should be a duh, and yet I was like, oh, dark paper.
And this is actually a matte cardstock, so you can do it on glossy cardstock, foil cardstock already, so you can add an extra layer of foiling to it.
Is that leather?
Yes, that is leather.
Wow.
So you just have to let the glue dry a little bit longer. So I kind of left it maybe for 20 minutes or so. The glue goes on cloudy, and I just waited for it to go clear.
Tell me a little bit about this one, where it looks like you've stamped under the foiling.
Is that right? I just stamped over it again.
Really?
Yep. So I did the foiling, and then with my stamp platform, I lined up my sentiment so it was nice and straight. It makes it look professional and a finished touch. and it's so easy.
Right, I know. I mean, that's the amazing thing, right? You think, oh, cutting a square, not that hard, but it just makes such a difference when you layer it.
Yes. So I am now just removing my mat out of the machine, which is what it tells me to do. And you can't really see it because it's on the white cardstock, but my glue has gone on. And if it's on a dark cardstock, you can kind of see the cloudy to clear more. This one will dry really quickly because it's a thin coat. The solid images take a little bit longer.
Okay.
And then when you're ready to go, you can choose your foil. I think we'll go actually with red because it's going to pop nicely.
Right. And now, one tip that somebody gave me about foiling, because people get confused which side to put down, right? And do you have any tips about that?
So you want the colored side up. So most foil will be a matte kind of silver on the bottom. You want that side to go down on your image.
Now you cut that down. Why is that?
So first of all, it avoids waste, which crafters never want to waste anything. We want to make the most of all of our supplies. And also, if it sticks on the mat, you can get some of your foil to stick on the mat. So this extra little bit of waste would actually stick on there. So it just kind of makes your supplies go a little bit longer. And then I put this protective sheet over the top. And this, again, protects the foil because foil is delicate. And it's going to give us a really nice finished product.
Cool.
So we're going to remove that glue pen out of the machine.
And then you're going to replace it with what?
It's kind of like this embossing nib that goes on there, and that's what's going to rub the foil in onto our image. And again, we just pop that back in again.
Because the reason we had to wait for the glue to dry is because this isn't just a regular kind of glue, right? This is a glue that is still tacky when it's dry.
Exactly, a tacky when dry glue. So again, we pop our mat back in again.
Cool, and then that's basically gonna move back and forth across there so that we get the foiling.
Precisely. So now we go back in and we have a foil stage 2 option. And normally we would never remove the mat because your image moves slightly, but with this it doesn't matter because you don't need so much precision because we've already laid that glue down.
And then just like that, after it moves back and forth, we're gonna have an incredible custom card.
Yes, we are. So we're done, Julie, so we can take it out of the machine.
This is the exciting moment. It's the big reveal.
It is.
I can't wait. I always think that it's so fun when you get to see how all of your work, not that it was a lot of work, actually paid off.
Oh, not at all. And of course, you always want to peel away your mat from your cardstock.
I was going to say, clever idea to tip the mat over to peel it.
Would you like to do the honors?
I would. I'm super excited. Custom, shiny amazingness. Thank you so much, Alexandra.
Oh, thanks for having me, Julie.
Absolutely.